What's happening, my people? We're back. Hightown, season 2, episode 6. Whew.
Oh,
Hey, L. Whew. What'd you think, honey? This was a doozy.
yeah, I enjoy it.
Man, let me just shout out my Hightown fans. When I post these videos about Hightown, they might not get the views that some of my other videos get, but the audience is super engaged. They watch all my theories, and I love reading your comments. So thank you to all the people that comment. And we're just going to dive right on into this thing. They picked up from where they left off 2 weekends ago when you devastated us, Hightown. We was devastated. They didn't show up last week. I was devastated. I actually had a chance to have an interview with Atkins Esteban. He plays with Sito. Great interview. If you haven't seen it, check my list. It's in the playlist. See how we did it. But let me give you guys the essence, some of the essence of this show, because it's taken a turn from having Jackie being the main lead because they have so many dynamic parts to this person. And this was the best speech I feel Sergeant Allen has given since he's been on this show. Take a quick look at this.
You think I like coming down here, IDing another brown body? I hate it. Now I feel sorry for you, I do. But you know how long that's gonna last? About 5 fucking minutes. You ain't grown. But you grown enough to know better than what you've been doing. But Aileen, she ain't no shit.
That's right. That's right. Aileen was innocent, damn it. And I called it, honey. I said something was going to happen in my heart. Oh.
Yeah, you kept saying it. And then this episode, they were doing so many close-ups on her. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Something gonna happen.
Aileen, I'm going to make you a rest in peace video that highlights your best moments from this season. Just wait, Aileen. I got your back.
I was sad for her.
Yeah, but will this turn Charmaine around? There's a narrative growing with Charmaine. I mean, a whole series can almost be written about this character, the way they're taking her.
Yeah.
Is this going to shake her loose?
I hope it does. You just see so much potential in her. Like, she can, I think she's still flippable.
Yes, potential.
As long as she's not so jaded. Yeah, but go ahead.
As she explained in that scene why she is the way she is. But we'll get there. Let's start from the beginning. So they pick up from where they left off, honey. Renee, who used to be my boo up here, and I'm divorcing her now. You happy?
Why you divorcing?
I'm kicking Renee to the curb. No, I'm kicking. No. I'm kicking. I'm done with Renee. No more Renee for me. She's really here showing up at Ray, and Ray rightfully does not fully trust her.
Right.
Rightfully, he shouldn't. Yeah. He's looking out the door, but he finally lets her in, and then he did what you said he was going to do. You know what you were saying? We was watching this. You were saying, why he acting so tough? He know he wanted to kiss her.
Right. Right.
And I was saying, no, he don't trust her. She ruined his life. Next thing I know.
Yeah, right. They rolling around in the bed.
Lord have mercy. Ray, not only they rolling around in the bed, did you hear the score when they was rolling around in the bed? The lustful music, the sinful music. It was some accords and sinful music. But I said to myself, it is love, because he up here with blood all around his face, looking like the Ultimate Warrior from WWF, and she's still kissing on him. Yeah. But while all that's going on,
love or desperation, because she know they about to come down on her.
It's both. It's both. And Hightown, y'all make me sick. He still don't know that she's carrying his baby throughout this whole episode.
All right. She's supposed to have a little ball.
They had ample opportunities, and they just kept teasing us. Y'all. I'm gonna get y'all. And he still don't know to this end. Man. Oh boy, Jackie. Poor Jackie. Jackie shows up at work, and look who we see, Leslie. Honey, there's no more Jesley. That relationship is over. And it got so bad up in here, they showed another chick that I didn't even know was 3 women in this police force. And the chick is talking about she had the bubble guts and stuff is coming out of the mouth and out the bottom, and all stuff coming out of her ears. She's got stuff coming out everywhere. They tell Jackie, just go home. Leslie ain't trying to have this conversation.
Leslie had to come up with a cover because Jackie looking like a little sick puppy dog. I felt so sorry for her, but not sorry for her. But yeah, looking like a little puppy dog. She looked so sick. She looked sick. And so they told her to go home because you look sick.
She does look sick. She's love sick.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't realize it, but your emotions can play with you way more than physical pain can play on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can heal physical pain, and I guess you can heal emotions too. But it's hard to just shake off something that's deep in your emotions.
Right.
And Jackie was guarded about her big O, and she let Leslie get the big O. Leslie's like, you said you text me you love me. I don't love you. Mm-hmm. I just did it. And now Jackie's like,
it was just supposed to be, yeah. Oh, sorry, Jackie.
So now Jackie's in her feelings. She goes to Ray's house. Of course, Ray is knee deep in his own situation. Mm-hmm. And he does come out, but he's really not trying to hear it with her right now.
Because he's in the middle of something.
I said he's knee deep in something.
He having a honeymoon, a rekindling with his girl. Uh-huh. And here comes Jackie. He running outside with a blanket around his waist.
Yeah, blanket around his waist, which is a clear giveaway. Come on, Ray. Right. Ray, look, man. If you don't want people to know what you're doing in your house, you can't be coming out. You throwing the road, bro. Anything, right. But you don't come out with the blanket. If I come out my house with a blanket, people gonna know exactly what I'm doing. Hey, yeah, like, bro.
Ain't like he ain't had time to check.
But I guess I can say I'm married.
Yeah.
I can say for my religious people, I can say I'm married. Uh-huh. So I have a right.
But you still put on some clothes.
Put on something.
Yeah.
Okay. He should have put on something. But meanwhile, Renee leaves his crib and tells him, I'll get up with you, but I got stuff to do. She's in her car leaving, and I thought for sure Jackie would have been scoping her out, but she wasn't. She's in there contemplating how is she gonna get this story together for Frank.
She basically having a panic attack behind the wheel.
Yep. And remember, she just got into a car accident with the sister the last episode that made her decide she's gonna keep the baby. Mm-hmm. She's gonna keep having these. Somebody might need to take her driver's license. She might not need to be doing too much more driving.
Or chauffeur her around one.
Yeah, she might have to get her a chauffeur. And so she gets home, and Frankie's in there eating damn Captain Crunch. And she said, you want me to make you some eggs? I'm like, Renee, he eating Captain Crunch. Uh-huh. He ain't trying to have no eggs. But she
did a good job. She played it cool.
Says she was working out.
She even asked about, Jorge.
Jorge, yes. Yes.
On Goodwill, she wouldn't have normally asked.
Yeah, she don't care about no Jorge, but she did it. She's playing cool right now. She got herself together. She's playing cool right now.
He liked the eggs in jail better than her eggs.
Yes, that's what Jorge said. Well, he was a hater. Jorge was just mad because Renee ain't do nothing. He was a hater. That was his problem. So she played it cool, and she was able to get herself to the next step of this episode. She got on through that. She was cool. Then the homie Charmaine, and I love how Charmaine came off this plane. They gave her Black Girl theme music. You hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Hightown this whole season has been getting a grade A on the score. There's another scene in this episode when their son, Frankie and Renee's son, is going to be singing, and they're going to be going through different parts of the show, hitting the dynamic high and low as the song goes high and low. Hightown. Whoever helped y'all with this music, y'all got it right.
And it's a fine line between doing it to make it dramatic and doing it and it sounding soap opera-ish.
Yeah, polar opposites of what's going on in the action.
It can sound corny and sound like a soap opera if you do it too loud. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I love the way that they gave Charmaine boss woman music. She came off that plane looking for Jorge, and I still say her and the pilot. There's some kind of mentorship going. Yeah, there's something like maybe she respects him. There's something. He might be the one that can save her. Maybe he can save her.
That maybe she take lessons or but they not showing her for no reason.
No. Shout out to that pilot. I'm getting my pilot's license right now as we speak. Shout out to you, my homie. I go for another flight in January. I'm gonna see it through possibly. Then talk about giving somebody the cold shoulder. Jackie got the cold turkey. Mm-hmm. She meet up with them
literally
and Eddie Murphy. and his wife, and the wife is protective of her husband. And Jackie's coming to apologize because she's running out of people to talk to.
She spent this whole episode
searching
looking
for
refuge,
yes.
somebody to help comfort her and give her
mm-hmm.
a pep talk.
And the wife literally throws her the cold turkey. She's like,
right.
"Can I help?" She's like, "Yeah, take this heavy ass turkey."
She
took it. She goes in. She apologized to Eddie Murphy. And you know what? Eddie Murphy's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
He accepted her apology. Then he said that there was some truth in what she said, which it was. And I said that. But that's not how you deliver the truth to someone that you care about. Someone who's had your back every time you went in a situation. And so Jackie's like, well, maybe I can come back for Thanksgiving.
He's like, on a wife, like, can you imagine they had a conversation after he came home beat up and told her what happened?
She sound like you. She sound like you after these people I try to mentor hurt my feelings. Like, no, you ain't getting in this house. What the hell? No. But she did what a wife is supposed, what a spouse is supposed to do.
She ain't sitting at my table.
No. And then Jackie goes outside and realizes, oh man, she's here waiting.
Right here, right, planted on them steps. Come on down here.
People, this is a real story. Don't you be messing with folks' spouses now. I mean, especially when you have a guy who is willing to mentor and try to help people, and the spouse knows it. Because me and Eddie Murphy, we have similar history of trying to help people. And I can tell y'all right now, them nice wives like this one, they will turn into something vicious off Ghostbusters. You mess with them. And the wife gave her a tongue lashing down there, didn't she?
Sure did.
Like, And she was like, everything you said didn't heal his broken heart.
Right.
Damn.
I got to try to fix it.
Damn, Jackie. No Thanksgiving for her. Then we see Renee walking up in the pawn shop looking like Ivanka Trump. Now, this type of outfit she's wearing, this trench coat, this is something you show up to your lover's house wearing. The trench coat with nothing on. I see this and I think about Boomerang Eddie Murphy. That's what I think about. But she has a reason for going in there. She's showing up in there because she's trying to replace the exact bullet that was in that gun. But while all that's going on, she's lying to Ray. Ray is stalking her because he does not trust her. Right. Honey?
I mean, is he right? Right not to? He knows something is going on. And as he's talking to her, she said she was pulling up to Xavier.
Let me tell you, you know what the right thing would have been for him to do?
What?
Say no altogether. Don't succumb to the panty draws.
But Ray don't have nothing else going on for himself either.
Well,
this is his life, literally his lifeline. He was in there about to kill himself.
Okay, but some people view going through trauma that can harm you. Some people view death better than going through ongoing trauma, living life. So you saying that this is better than him having killed himself?
Yeah.
What if she goes drives him down a road of Frankie, more depression, her going missing again,
or she can serve as a stepping stone till he finds something else in life to, give him life. Had she not shown up, he would have killed himself.
Like we've said before, if you have to do this to gain somebody's trust, you don't need to be dealing with it.
Right.
But he can't resist the panty draws.
He want to believe. He wants to believe. And again, he knows something else is happening, so that's why he's tracking her. He has that electromagnetism for her. And then he's going to try to fix everything else, which is always a recipe for disaster. Or he thinks she needs saving in one aspect or another, I think.
Okay.
So he's fishing to see what's going on. I know something is going on. Tell me.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Aileen, no. Charmaine shows up late because Jorge ain't show up. Right. Brings these gifts for Aileen. And she's going to hide Aileen's gifts.
Some of them are drugs.
The pocketbook is the drugs. And you see Charmaine's closet was decked out with that chick had Louis Vuitton, Victoria's Secret, you name it, all kinds of stuff in there. She living the life now. But she hid the gift, and I knew something was going to happen. You just knew it.
Right.
But then my wife's favorite character, Sito. I told you they didn't show this hot therapist for nothing. Well, he overhears a conversation with the hot therapist.
Having man problems.
Hot therapist having man problems with her car. She's having car problems and man problems. She needs a man to handle the business with the car. The man ain't equipped to handle the business. But guess who he is? A Sito.
Mm-hmm.
And so as she's giving him therapy, she's like, bruh, there's a line you don't cross.
Right.
Puts up the line, and he was able. Sito has a golden tongue. He can talk his way out of something.
Mm-hmm.
He basically talks her down. You can see her take a breath and go,
Yeah, she said that question crossed the line. He said it wasn't a question.
Right.
It was an observation.
But whatever, he was able to talk her down.
Right.
She got him doing his single leg I lift and I can't think of the name. Single leg exercise. Then she put a hand on his shoulder. Y'all didn't think I saw that. I saw her do this. Boy.
And I'm like, no, she's professional. She ain't doing that. She's professional.
Nobody ever listens to Lamont when they come to read these reviews. But you know what they wind up having to do? Come back to me and say you was right. And I love every minute of it, Hightown. Every minute.
Just go.
Next
Subject.
That's when you know you got it.
Next subject.
So Renee is replacing the bullet. And we also learned why she didn't just get rid of the gun in this episode. I had questions about that, but we understand why she replaces the bullet. But if they was to do a real deal ballistics test, just replacing the bullet ain't gonna do it. But
it's still gonna match to the gun.
Right. But for now, her cover's okay.
Except that little sloppy piece of blood.
We're gonna get there.
Okay, go ahead.
Get off the horse now. Get off the horse. Okay. Charmaine meets up with Frankie, wanting to know where in the hell is your boy. Frankie's like, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm even compensate you for these indiscretions. Ain't nothing to see here, really.
Right.
The only thing to see here is that she left the drugs at home. And when Frankie asked that, I said to myself, I know what that means. I was like, Lord have mercy. Okay. And then we got Jackie goes to the bar, sees her old girl, Devon.
And she going to be able to scoop her back up?
And Devon's like, hell to the no. Right. But next thing you know, the black chick that she was talking to, the old thick ma'am, Jackie got her home, made her do some screaming, only to Jackie not to allow this woman to exchange the pleasantries. And Jackie kicked her out, and the black girl was mad. Jackie got her some of that thick meat and then disrespectfully wiped her face. Jackie ain't care nothing about this girl. This was just I'm just getting a nut because my feelings hurt.
Of course, yeah.
But you had questions like, what was Jackie getting out of it? That's what you was asking me when we was watching.
Yeah, and why was the girl getting so pissed?
Probably the girl was pissed because she wanted to exchange the favor. She felt so good after what Jackie put it on. Obviously, Jackie's a pro at that. She felt so good after Jackie gave her big O. She wanted to exchange the favor. But for Jackie, it was about power. It was about control. It was about her knowing she could make this woman clutch her pearls, curl her toes, and get all that meat to jiggle. And that's what Jackie did. And Jackie was like, Jackie said, I don't care for you. I'd rather do myself. By myself than have you touch me.
Can leave.
You can go. And I would have felt disrespected too. Get out my house.
Oh, goodness.
So this scene made my wife really, really mad. Frankie slaps the muscle because the muscle don't really know where Jorge is at.
I mean, it was just, that big old man just being
he's being a good soldier,
I guess.
But ladies and gentlemen, the muscle gonna die. Just mark my word, the muscle gonna die. Donna wants to take off Tuesday and Thursday night to do her classes. Anything special about that? What you think?
No, I'm just saying, Donna just saying, hey, I'm still here on the show, and eventually they're gonna use me. I thought so. This is when they brought up that Daisy was missing, and so when they showed Donna, it made me remember. Okay, is she about to try to dance?
Right. So then we get to Frankie comes back to the club, and basically this is his first time kind of asking her what happened to Jorge, blah blah blah. And while they're in there, there's a spot of blood still on the table. Now goodness well.
All that pristine clean.
Yes.
They did.
Yes, and they just let
be a single drop.
Right. And the reason we learned also from this, the reason why she didn't get rid of the gun, because I guess it's Frankie's gun.
Right.
And if she would have got rid of the gun, that would have been a dead giveaway
that something happened.
Something happened. And so now they're going to the musical for their son. But while they're getting there, Ray, just like I told y'all, is putting a tracker on her car to see her whereabouts and what is going on. Honey, what's up with that? I'm like, bruh, if a woman is that good down there that she got you tracking her, you don't need her. What is the point in him tracking her? Is it just because he don't trust her? That's deeper than that.
He don't trust her. That's obvious, but I still think he needs somebody to save as well.
Right. Oh, he's still Captain Saberho?
Yeah.
Because you know my nickname for him last year was Captain Saberho.
Oh, well.
And I dropped that
He
nickname.
done put on his cape and he's going out there to save somebody.
Here we go. So now he's there, and this is when the son starts singing. And when the son starts singing, they start mashing all these clips together of just chaos going on. First, Jackie spiraling out of control, looking for drugs, starts smoking. A Sito drops in that looks like a Ford Expedition to the therapist. Boy, you know her panties is wet and moist. Then on top of that, he's doing sit-ups, smiling like hell.
I don't smile when I do sit-ups.
Me neither. Me neither. And I can do some sit-ups now.
His plan is
working.
together.
And I said he had a plan, didn't I? I said he had a plan. But that's not all that was going on. Then the sad part, when the music kind of went to a low point, the octaves went low. We see the hand of Aileen had touched all the great white. And we already know that the great white, you don't have to ingest it to die. We've seen what it did to the EMT that touched it.
Right.
Aileen is dead.
If we trying to figure out how exactly that happened, one of the bags is bust over. She's handled this before because maybe she was just making a little baggies for them to go in and she didn't touch it. I don't know.
Or maybe she was. Did you see how close Charmaine put her purse that had the drugs in it to her gift?
Yeah, so maybe the purse fell over.
Purse fell over, then she fell.
The drugs bust open.
Or whatever.
Because one of the packs was busted.
Yeah. I'm sad for you, man. And we're rushing because we got to go. So now we're in the car, and Frankie's going back and forth with Renee about Jorge, and he eventually gets on Daisy, and Renee starts poking him about Daisy. Right. He called her attitude.
Yeah, well, why was Jorge back at the club anyway? Wasn't he supposed to be going with Daisy? So she knows he done did something. She called him a murderer. She know he did something to Daisy. She feeling a little uncomfortable now.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get to this scene where Jackie shows up to Leslie's house.
Now, this is one of the saddest
This was funny.
scenes.
It was sad. It was sad and it was funny. I feel for you, Jackie. You know, I have a top 5 favorite characters on this show. You're in the top 5, but I felt for you. Leslie basically told her, you was just a hot fling. I told you I wasn't a lesbian. And then Jackie's going to be like, but you ate my you know what. And Leslie's like, oh, it was just doing something. And now
Jackie, all her emotion was just in her face, in her eyes.
Oh my goodness.
And the stark contrast is Leslie was just looking so like, okay.
Emotionless.
Exactly.
Like it really does not faze her. And it got so bad that not only did she tell Jackie to leave, but she turned the light off on Jackie. Damn.
She turned the porch light. Jackie ain't even off the porch yet.
Man, you keep the light on for the delivery people, man.
When they still gonna have to work
they together. Gotta work together. Lord have mercy. And you know that this chick is in it. But see, here's the thing. Leslie knows Jackie's not crazy, like gonna do nothing crazy. Like gonna slash tires, make it hard for her at the work. But Jackie's not crazy like that. The only thing that Leslie's trying to get rid of her for is because love. She don't want to be attached to that. But I still think
Leslie was using her. I think she knew Jackie was gonna act like this if she did what she did.
But now Jackie's not gonna want to help her in no cases. Did Leslie make that calculation?
I want Jack.
She should have thought of it. Leslie should have strung this along a little more, because now Jack is gonna be like, "F you, Leslie. I'm not helping you."
Right.
So
I want her to get her little courage and show Jackie up.
That's the end of Jesley, my people. I enjoyed that name. Thank you, Rebecca. That was a great name. But now we got to put it to bed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here with a person who is a doctor who writes prescription. A doctor of medicine, not a doctor PhD, a doctor of medicine. Honey, Renee gets a text. In the phone, she's got Ray identified as CVS Pharmacy. She tells Frankie.
CVS saying, I was thinking about you in bed last night.
Right. She tells Frankie, I got to go pick up my birth control. Honey, do anybody need to pick up birth control at nighttime?
Maybe if she take it at night, I don't know. Maybe she want to have it on hand for when she got to take it first thing in the morning.
No, she was getting a text from Ray. She leaves Frankie to go and see Ray. And still, when they meet up with Ray, she still doesn't tell Ray the truth that I'm having your baby.
Mm-hmm. Or that I killed Jorge.
But what she did do, she did come clean about her real life situation. Frankie's a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to be able to have a simple life with him.
Right.
And
but ain't she one too?
I want to do this with you.
Ain't she one too?
What you trying to say?
Ain't she a murderer too?
Accident.
She did but she's an accidental murderer.
Renee, I ain't fully done with you, Renee. I'm almost done with you, Renee, but I'll still defend you. It was an accident. Even you said it was an accident.
And then she accidentally covered up and accidentally paid people off. Just go.
See, what had happened was Renee had
I know, I saw it.
Anyway,
I saw it plenty of times. I was laughing and I rewound it a couple times. I saw it with my own eyes a couple times.
And ladies and gentlemen, we end with Jackie just falling to the bottom of the earth. She has nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, so she goes to her dad. Dad has been shunned from going with mama wherever she went at, and the two meeting up. Is there going to be a growing bond? Is he going to be the new Eddie Murphy in Jackie's life?
I look at this and I'm thinking, okay, is that why Jackie the way she is? Mm-hmm. So she's basically a drug addict, alcoholic, whatever, showing up to her dad who's an alcoholic.
Right.
And it was sad. And that's the last place she wanted to go.
Last place.
She had no place to go. I want to see Jackie on the come up, and I want to see Sito on the come up. Let's go.
Sito on the come up. I mean,
Surely.
Anybody who's in jail still got the gravitas to get somebody a brand new car outside of jail. You ain't on the come up. You on top still.
And doing sit-ups and smiling as you doing them.
Because you do know when you do sit-ups, you work your whole core, including the third leg. That's why he's smiling. He know that third leg, get ready to get some action. So he up there doing that. Don't forget to like the video, y'all. Comment, subscribe, share these videos, because Hightown is that thing. It's a great show, great show. And if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. I will give you guys some other videos this week. Till that next Sex is Hell video, we'll see you. That was a